Hey guys, Desmo here. Today I want to talk about the Monk and especially about the ascendancy, the Acolyte of Chayula. The only interesting node, the most important one, the other ones might be interesting as well, but the key for the build that we would make for this ascendancy would be Embrace the Darkness. It removes all our spirit, and we have a base maximum darkness of 100. And for each life or energy shield lost to damage, it reserves one darkness instead if possible. And darkness reservation lasts for 10 seconds. And then we have +5 to maximum darkness per level. And then we take Grasp of the Void, which does gain 1% of damage as extra chaos damage per 20 unreserved darkness. So let's say we have a character level 100. It means that we have maximum darkness of 600. So if you divide the 600 by 20, it's a 30% of damage as extra chaos damage at all time. Why is that? Because we would use chaos inoculation, making our maximum life become 1, but being immune to chaos damage. That would also make us immune to bleeding, because we would take Mind over Matter, which would make 100% of damage going to mana before life. And since to being inflict with bleed, we need to take damage to life directly. So if we don't take damage to life, we cannot get bleed. And we would also take Eldritch Battery to convert all energy shield into mana. So basically, we would have no more life or energy shield, so we can never reserve any darkness. So the uptime would be absolutely 100% for Grasp of the Void. We would never have any reservation for the darkness. And on top of that, we have the Mana Leech, which is instant, which would help a lot since with Mind of Matter, we would lose 50% of our mana recovery rate, which is quite a significant drawback. There's still more nodes that we need to check, we need to know about, but just the potential of the ascendancy with what we know is already extremely good. It makes that the build, we have only one resource that we build around. So we are mana stacking, and ideally we would use Archmage. But there is a problem here. We don't have Spirit anymore if we use Embrace the Darkness, and there is changes to Archmage. It has a reservation of 100 Spirit. There's a few things about it. It means that we are not going to be able to play Embrace the Darkness with Archmage. So we need to check which one is stronger in the end game, and maybe we will actually skip the Embrace the Darkness and just rely on the instant mana leech and see what else we got to make the build function. Or we can skip the Archmage and keep the Embrace the Darkness and play a different type. There's also something that we don't know yet, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be possible. It's to be able to have no spirit reservation for one buff. We had the Eternal Blessing in PoE1. If we have something similar in PoE2, we could still use Archmage with the Monk. So that would be ideal. I don't think with the reduction to Spirit Reservation, if we have something like that on the tree, we could achieve 0 reservation. That would be completely broken. That's not gonna happen, but it's possible that we will have some way of have one buff, not reserving any spirit. Hopefully we can have that and use Archmage with Embrace the Darkness. That would be ideal. One last thing that I want to talk about before ending the video is that mana stacking is going to be a bit harder for achieving a huge amount of mana pool. Overall in PoE2, stacking mana, energy shield, or life seems to be a bit harder than in PoE1. In PoE1, you could go beyond the 10k mana pool quite easily. It's not something that we are going to see in PoE2, not for the early access at least. The same goes for the life. We are not going to achieve characters with 8k life or something like that. This is probably not something that we are going to see for quite some time before we get access to new mechanic and new items. So for early access, this is not something that we will consider. So the mana pool, even if we convert all energy shield to mana, it's not gonna be that big. So we need to see how much we can achieve and how much we gain, but we are definitely going to be stacking intelligence, which will also help the build quite a lot. And there's a node on the tree that gives lightning damage per intelligence. So this is something that will synergize quite nicely. So this is it so far for the build theory. This is only a build concept. Of course, we don't have all the necessary information to know how everything's gonna work out. But I think this is very exciting. We have interesting combos here, and I cannot wait to try it out in game. So I hope you are as excited as I am for the game, and take care of yourself, and see you in my next video. Bye!